boom, you know what's going on. Listen, bro, at the end of the day, the name of the game is increase your range and you decrease your rage. I repeat, the name of the game is if you increase your range, you decrease your rage. With that being said, if you learn to speak Spanish fluently, you have range from the south of North America all the way down to South America. You can hit any country, any state, any city in South America. If you're a fluent Spanish speaker, you have range. You have a limited range of options. Now, if you learn French, you have now opened more range. So now you speak English, Spanish, and French. You have range from France, half of Europe, all of South America except for Brazil and some parts of Brazil. And you have range in South America. That increases your rank and it decreases your rage. I repeat, it increases your range and decreases your rage. At the end of the day, if you don't have millions, you have increased rage. I repeat, if you don't focus on the millions, you're going to have increased rage. Because if you have millions, you can now reproduce in Portugal. You can now reproduce and have a family in Brazil. You can now reproduce in the Dominican Republic, and you don't have to come back to the United States. That's the range multi-millions can do for you. At the end of the day, increase your range, you decrease your rage. At the end of the day, don't be like the average. The average has increased rage. They most likely only speak English. They don't practice any other thing. And so they speak English, have a bad attitude, and they don't have millions. So they have decreased options. I repeat, they have decreased options. They're limited to 50 states. Listen, if you don't have money, if you don't have resources, you may even be only limited to one state of options. You only have one city worth of options. You can't go anywhere else because you have decreased range. Listen, at the end of the day, you have to increase your range so you can decrease your rage. If you look in shape, you increase your range. Listen, at the end of the day, this is a jungle. A lot of women have daddy issues. I repeat, a lot of women have daddy issues. Dudes is mad about DDG and India Love. India Love has daddy issues. India Love expressed that she didn't have a father in her life. She has daddy issues. So at the end of the day, listen, don't go for the woman that got daddy issues. A lot of guys, they don't even get to know women. Listen, it's important that you get to know a woman before you're trying to smash her. At the end of the day, that's why I say, don't have SEX. I don't care what nobody tell you. Don't have SEX before you get married. Before you get married, listen, it's just vetting. If you're not married to this woman, don't touch her in no type of way. Don't kiss her. Don't rub her butt. Don't slap her butt. Don't caress her butt. Don't massage her. At the end of the day, listen, you got to understand. Increase your range. Decrease your rage. Decrease your range. Increase your rage. At the end of the day, you don't want to have rage. Because rage is going to be the reason guys crash out for a single mothers. Listen, you are not the father. This guy crashed out and straight took this woman's child. Now he got caught all over the cat just because he was mad the woman was cheating with another guy. At the end of the day, you are not the father. Imagine crashing out over a single mother and you're not even the father. At the end of the day, if you increase your range, you won't have to settle with a single mother. You can get a single woman who has no children. I repeat, you can get a single mother. You can get a single woman who has no children. You're not going to have to settle for a single mother if you increase your range. If you get the multi-millions, that means you're no longer limited to 50 states. You can now catch the nearest flight to Hong Kong. You can procreate in Hong Kong. You can procreate in Monaco. If you got the millions, to the point, listen, you could procreate in Dubai. I repeat, you can procreate in Dubai. At the end of the day, if you have the millions, if you run up the millions, listen, you now have range over almost the entire world. I repeat, you now have range almost all over the entire world if you get the multi-millions. Now listen, at the end of the day, they want you to fit in. The guys who fit in, those are the guys. Misery loves company. That's the whole definition of misery loves company. A guy who's 10 toes down, he's not miserable because he is increasing his range daily by daily by daily. By the second of the second, he's increasing his range. He's learning different languages. He's dropping content. He's working out. He's staying in shape. He's not playing the dating game. Don't play the dating game. What you should do is increase your range. The dating game, you're not going to get the woman you really want if you're not a millionaire. So listen, at the end of the day, increase your range, decrease your rage. You increase your rage, you decrease your range. So rage is caused by decrease of range. You don't have range. You only speak English. What about the beautiful, attractive women that don't speak English? They're not telling you about this. What about the women that don't speak English? You guys are limited now. Now you have to settle and you have to rage bait and you have to beef with women from your hometown because you guys only speak one language and you're not multimillionaires. And you're not becoming a future multimillionaire. You're just stuck. You're limited. At the end of the day, get out of the dating game. Cancel the dating game. Listen, throw the dating game away. I mean, cancel the dating game. At the end of the day, you got to increase your range. Start practicing your Spanish. If you want to increase your range with Latino women, at the end of the day, you have to become fluent in Spanish. It's a language barrier. If you break the language barrier, now you have more range. Now you can date outside of your race. At the end of the day, if you don't speak Spanish, you limit the range on Latino women. If you don't speak German or French, you limiting the range in Europe. You need range in Europe. At the end of the day, if you learn Spanish fluently, you can procreate. And you learn Spanish fluently and you get the multi-millions. Listen, now you can procreate in Spain. You could go to Spain and meet a beautiful woman that you just get along with so good. And listen, it could work out. You could procreate in Spain now. You increased your range. A lot of people want to fit in, but people who fit in, that's rage. Listen, at the end of the day, people who fit in, misery loves company. Why would you fit in if misery loves company? That's going to increase your rage and decrease your range. That's what you don't want to do. At the end of the day, listen, 10 toes down and focus on increasing your range. At the end of the day, listen, we practicing our Spanish. We coming with the Italian tutors. Oh, we trying to increase our range to Italian, to Italy. At the end of the day, when we go to Italian restaurants, we can converse in Italian. That's amazing. Like, you increase your range. Even in business and finances, you can increase your range if you know the language. Listen, what about the Russians? You can do business with Russians if you can speak the language. You increase your range. You can increase your financial range. At the end of the day, even in America, jobs will hire you if you're bilingual. Bilingual people in America make more money than people who only speak English. I repeat, bilingual people in America make more money than people who just speak English because they have increased range. So now they have decreased range. They can pretty much almost get any job because they speak more than one language. Just off of language alone, you'll make more money. Look, screw the relationship part, you'll make more money if you learn more languages. Listen, you could start a YouTube channel. You speak Russian fluently. You could start a YouTube channel and you only speak Russian on. Then you can have YouTube channels you only speak English on. At the end of the day, if you increase your range, you decrease your rage. Listen, Monk Mode gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro.